I think that they probably saw there was something different in me because I wasn't a mark or, I wasn't this, super fan. And Vince at the time was really experimenting with bringing in a lot of people from the outside. It wasn't just talent. I mean, that got even more so later. People like Todd Pettengill and all these, other people that Rob, the announcer from the radio guy, I forget his name.
Rob Bartlett.
Rob Bartlett. Yeah. And I can't believe I forgot his name because I really like Rob. I've kept in touch with him over the years.
Really?
Yeah. He's a really good guy. But behind the scenes also, like Vince knew he had to raise the level of the quality of the product to separate him from everybody else, which he fantastically did. But he knew he wasn't going to find it within the wrestling industry. So he was bringing people in from, the network level. And to this day, I think the stuff that they do is beyond what networks and these major production companies do with all of it. Because whenever there was a new piece of equipment, Vince get it, to do whatever effect they needed. So even back then, they really started to separate, what kind of product they were going to put out. And you can see in the early days of when they started doing the pay-per-views, the lighting was, very dark. It still had kind of that, that old wrestling arena look.
Yeah.
And they changed all that. They said, let's light the arena. Let's let them see everybody out there. The music and everything else that came. And then eventually the video boards and just kept raising the product. So it wasn't just, a tremendous time, creative time for wrestling and these superstars and the storylines. It was also everything else that was, surrounding it. Yeah, and I was a part of that, but it was a crazy, crazy time because you can imagine, that we're talking, this is the, mid 80s there. Vince has turned the industry upside down and you still had a lot of people that were from old school. It was old school wrestling. A lot of these guys had come up through generations. And then you've got these newcomers coming in when, kayfabe and all these people, nobody trusts anybody. It was the Wild West. And I remember took me a solid year before those guys would really even talk to me. I walked into a locker room and they'd immediately go into Carney, the language.
Oh, really?
Oh my God. And if it wasn't for people like, Lord Halford Hayes and Gorilla Monsoon, who literally took me under their wings and helped me through it, I wouldn't have lasted, all the ribs and everything like that. And, Gino telling me, dude, didn't say dude, but that wasn't his thing, but he said, just keep going, and things happen. You don't retaliate, don't react, just keep going.
Yep.
And they taught me a lot about the business. And so that helped me tremendously because I was Marilyn of the Munsters. I was this outsider who didn't know a damn thing. And in many ways that helped me, but it was tough. First year was brutal.